Because I see, I met you at the Cypher City rap battle. You already know $1,000. It was lit up in the spot. That shit was crazy. Shit popped off. People had to leave for 45. Then they came back. Judges were missing. It was crazy. Y'all didn't catch all that. Y'all lucky I didn't, we wasn't, it got crazy. I don't even want to, I hope I don't know if you saw the video. I hope I did it justice. I try to make it about the art. You feel me? But it was real up in the field in there.
The negative.
Yeah.
The fakeness. Because a lot of people just rap a lot of artists just rap to, I don't know, it's like a trend. They want to be like everyone else. They want to act like they're living that life, but they're really not. I don't like that. I want real stuff.
Café con Lourdes. What is that about? There's a podcast on the way.
Café con Lourdes.
Okay, con Lourdes.
Everyone that knows me knows that I love coffee. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, well, now you know.
Yeah.
But, Café con Lourdes is grown. I'm using my real name, versus Sunydew. Sunydew is for the radio show and stuff like that. Lourdes is more grown. I'm growing up. And it's about embracing the culture. It's time that, the Lion people unite.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Angel of Words podcast, where your stories are heard. In this podcast, we will be learning about what music journalists look for when they're looking for talent to interview. We're going to also talk about what turns off music journalists when it comes to giving you a feature in a magazine. Also, we will be discussing what makes you stand out as a music artist to a journalist. Now, don't forget to tap that subscribe button. Follow us on all the podcast platforms. Our sponsors today are OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world. AttitudeOn10.com, your place to get over your trauma and build resilience. And our newest sponsor, BJS Photography, who, if you are a guest of the podcast, you get a very special deal. Don't forget, folks, we have the module training videos, and I have the 3 free training videos to teach you how to make a dope podcast in just one day. So get after it and get after www.aowent.com. Now on deck, on the Angel of Words podcast, we have writer, we have music journalist, and we have radio host Lourdes on deck. Hello, Lourdes. Thank you for joining us here on the Angel of Words podcast. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're an onion. I want to get to it. We don't have enough time to talk about all your accolades. So we're going to start with, what do you look for when you're looking for subjects for a program?
What do I look for? I don't aim at a specific topic or program. I just, whoever I have as a guest, it's just I go off them. It just be about them. I don't look for a specific topic or anything like that.
Okay, but what about before you even ask them to interview? Do you choose the subjects or
No, for my radio show.
Yeah.
No, it's just about them.
Okay.
Anything has to do with the artist. Of course, you ask a basic question, how you started in the industry, a little bit about their background, just the basic, and then from there, we move forward to the next, whatever it is that we want to ask.
My next question, too, is what makes an artist stand out to you as a journalist? What makes you want to interview them? Because I've seen that you had one of the Dons, you know what I mean, on one of your music articles that I read. So, what makes you want to choose someone?
So let's say I go to a showcase and I'm to pick someone for the magazine or to interview. I like to see the overall package. I like to see their performance on stage. I like to see the image they have. I like to look at, see the interaction with the audience, how the audience is going to interact with their music, of the lyrics, of course, what they're saying, something positive. Those type of things I look for. Just the overall package. It has to catch my ears, my attention.
And what does that mean to you?
Not degrading women. Something that it sounds real. When you make music and it's real, the person listening could actually relate to you or actually feel it. But when it's bogus, it's just like, you know? So that's what I look for.
Who's the last artist that made you feel that way?
To make me feel that it was good or just bogus?
Yeah, that it was good. Yeah, no, not bogus. We're gonna get to the bogus part next. Yeah, the bogus part is next, but let's talk about the good stuff now, you know?
Lately, no one, because I went to a showcase last night and I was like, okay, there's a lot of good artists, but no one that really catches me, you know. But I am gonna work with an artist now called, can I say his name?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, his name is Rory Rap.
Okay.
He's a very good artist, very positive. That's what I look for.
So you like positive rap?
Yes.
You like uplifting rap?
Yes, I like old school feel.
Okay.
A story, you know, something that's real and people can relate to. Not no gun violence or, you know, stuff like that.
Okay. Well, it's good to know. It's an interesting perspective. Now, what makes you not want to deal with someone?
That. All that I just said. You know, the negative.
Yeah.
The fakeness. Because a lot of people just rap to just, a lot of artists just rap to, I don't know, it's like a trend. They want to be like everyone else. They want to act like they're living that life, but they're really not. I don't like that. I want real stuff. So I don't like I don't want to like talk negative about artists, you know, because everyone's trying to do what they got to do when, you know, you got to give credit to everyone. But I just don't like certain things. The violence for me is the most important thing that I don't want to deal with.
Well, thank you for that perspective. That was real, you know? You want your artists to be real. You're keeping it real right here, so I appreciate that.
Positive.
You know, because, you know, a lot of artists need to know that and I always tell people, some platforms may not be for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not every platform is for you. So, you know, if you want to go down Lourdes' you know, avenue, you're going to have to come a certain way. And I just want to preach to all the artists listening, any of the people in the music business that that enjoy music as a whole, that these are the things that are going through prospective clients' minds when they're trying to either contact you to do a show or contact you to do a feature in a magazine or contact you to do a podcast or a radio show. These are things that a lot of people are thinking about. So you really have to know for sure what kind of image you're trying to craft.
Exactly.
So I appreciate you coming at us with that kind of information.
It's the image, and it's not about the money. Because I get money thrown at me all the time, and it's not about that. I definitely got to represent my brand. So I just don't want anyone in my magazine or even with the music on the radio. The radio station is, yes, to promote artists and, you know, to interview the independent, everything. However, I do have I'm limited to sometimes of what they saying in the music.
All right, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you so much. Well, let's get to the good stuff now. More of the good stuff. Café con Lourdes. What is that about? There's a podcast on the way.
Yeah.
Tell us how that came about, please. Get into that story. I'm sure it's pretty dope.
I've been wanting to do a podcast for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
So here it goes. I wake up the other, I would say last week. I woke up and I saw the vision. Café con Lourdes. I have to say it in Spanish. Café con Lourdes. You said Lourdes.
Sorry,
Lourdes.
yes. Yeah, café. Let me bring it. Café con Lourdes.
Café con Lourdes.
Okay, con Lourdes.
Everyone that knows me knows that I love coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, well, now you know.
Yeah.
But Café con Lourdes is grown. I'm using my real name, you know, versus Sunydew. Sunydew is for the radio show and stuff like that. Lourdes is more grown. I'm growing up. And it's about embracing the culture. It's time that, you know, the Latin people unite.
Okay, it's a Latin culture, by the way. Yeah. I wanted to talk about that situation. Yeah, so it's a Latin music and culture podcast, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a lot of artists that, you know, they're out there, but they don't embrace the Latin culture they have. I ask the question every time when it comes to my show. You guys, are you mixed? And a lot of them may be like, yeah, I'm Dominican, or Puerto Rican, and I'm like, so how come you don't embrace that culture? And they really don't. Some of them want to, but they don't know how. So I'm gonna make sure they come to my platform, and we're gonna embrace that.
Beautiful. You saw a need and you're trying to fix that need.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. All right, so that I was gonna ask you, why? Because you've been doing a lot of stuff. I see the magazine has a plethora of different subjects that you interview and talent that you interview, but you decided to really niche down here for you, which I always recommend. And that's part of my training modules. It's like you should niche down. That's the way this market works. You plant the seed and then it expands out. You can't work from the outside in. Apparently, I tried it. It didn't work, and this is working more for me. So I'm proof to the pudding. But you really niche down. That's a specific niche.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you decided to do it, apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I first started in the industry, honestly, I was not accepted by the Latin culture.
Okay. Do you speak Spanish?
See.
Okay.
And I was always pulled to the urban side and the urban hip hop.
Okay.
And the more I went that way, the more this side rejected me. And I was like, why am I getting rejected, by my own kind?
Yeah.
And I started to do the What's Happening Now Latino magazine for the same reason. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to go this route, and I'm just going to make it happen. And this is what it is, Café con Lilde. You have to come to my platform, you got to bring me coffee. We're going to brew it. We're going to drink coffee, and we're going to talk about your culture, the music, etc.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What an interesting platform.
Thank
That's
you.
So dope.
Thank
By the
you.
way, folks, if you're gonna be on LOURDES platform, you better go to Puerto Rico downtown. They have coffee beans from like 75 different countries. I think that's down on Jesus. That's not down by like I think it's like on Bleecker Street, like between like I don't even know, like Broome and Barrack. I don't know what. Go down there. It's down there.
I'm already getting emails and DMs talking about, I want to go to your podcast. Listen, I could just bring you a café pilón.
Okay.
And then that's Spanish. They're not. But I don't want to how you say that? I don't want to limit myself, but my focus right now is the Latin.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, that's the way the podcasting game works, because if people that like Latin culture and Latin music, they're gonna go to that podcast,
Right.
and that's a big, it's so many different platforms
Right.
that's how you gain an audience.
Right.
I mean, that's just where the metrics that I've read. So
Right.
don't, I feel I'm excited for you because
Thank
that's
you.
a real specific niche. I couldn't do it myself. Like
I'm
that's just
excited.
too specific for me. You know
I'm
what I'm saying? But I respect what you're doing because it's
Thank
gonna
you.
work. I mean,
Thank
it's gonna
you.
work, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
And I know it's gonna work.
Thank
You have any artists lined up already? What's up with
I
that?
have a few.
I have a couple for you. We'll
Really?
discuss it. Yeah, I have
Okay.
some. Look at my podcast. I have a couple Latin
Okay.
artists, Boney, Gran Figura. Like I think they would
Ah.
fit your podcast perfectly. To be
Okay.
honest with you.
That's great.
Definitely. Super dope. I think two of my best performances. Suave's in the building. Suave. Thumbs up or thumbs down to Boney and Gran Figura. Yeah, they killed it. So,
Nice.
check out those performances on my thing because
Okay.
you don't even have to look anywhere. You just
I
go
will.
on my platform and see if I'm lying or not. But
No, I think I saw them. I did.
yeah, they're pretty
yeah.
valid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you might need to look into them. You know what I'm saying? They work hard, those cats. So, they're talented as well. So,
Everyone is welcome.
that's what's up.
And they
How
have
are
to,
you booking, though? How are you booking
they
this?
have to come dressed up to my podcast.
On a suit?
Not a suit, but I
But
don't want
business casual?
Yes, casual.
Oh,
Business
wow.
casual. I don't want the hoodie. I don't want that. I want them to really come looking nice.
Okay. And by the way, I'm supposed to go on your radio
That's
show,
right.
correct?
Yes.
Now, with that situation, can I bring my own camera?
Yes, you may.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Yes.
That's it. We in there like swimwear, baby. Just wanted to talk about that. Hey, while we're on the air, you know what I mean? All right, cool. So they're wearing business casual. Why
Yeah,
is that?
because for the radio station, I'm always wearing hoodies, jeans, sneakers. I'm behind the scenes, so I could wear whatever. I love hoodies. Everyone that knows me, here I go again.
Yeah.
I love hoodies.
Okay.
So, but this one, like I said, I'm using my real name. I want to be grown. I want to wear heels, dressed up, and I want everyone else to come that way too.
All right, sounds good. That's it. And when will this be released? You said April at some point? Like, what are you shooting for?
I'm shooting for April.
Okay, and you're doing this audio only or video as well?
Little both.
Little of both?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What microphones did you buy?
I didn't buy it. Not,
Not
okay. Yet, but I am. That's I'm getting ready. I'm preparing myself.
I'm gonna have to send you the pre-recorded version of my video podcast training because I talk about all that stuff. I am the dude. You know what I mean? With all due respect, we know what we're doing over here, and we're not gonna be shy about it anymore.
Right.
Shout out to my co-producer Star Trek. Shout out to the squad, Suave, Brian J. You guys know what it is, bro. We out here grinding.
And you did mention it, and I was in my mind.
We're not playing. Yeah, no, when I go on your platform, I'm gonna be promoting that. That's gonna be one of my reasons for going out there. You know what I mean? Cool. To promote my services that I'm having. I have a bunch of services now on my website that are coming out. So that's one of them that are very important to me. That worked really hard on to try to help everyone because it's really focused on. It doesn't matter what kind of money you have. You can do a podcast, a dope one in just one day. And if you really want to go ham with it, I'm going to show you how to really go ham with it.
I want to go ham with it.
All right. Well, then you're talking to the right guy. We'll be in touch. I do business coaching. Just holler at your boy, you know. I'll give you a 1-hour free consultation. You feel me?
Maybe you can be my producer behind the scenes.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I have time for that, baby. We'll discuss that, though. We'll discuss that further afterwards, man.
I had to throw it in there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But, we definitely could discuss that. But I think that, just my little evergreen product will help you really understand, like, how to do things. You know what I mean? And that's really what I want to do for people. Now, I want to go into What's Happening New York magazine because I come from the magazine writing industry. I spent 5 to 6 years, I think 5.5 years in that business. I learned a lot in that business. That business actually motivated me to do what I'm doing now. What do you think about when you think about your journalism career? And, and how did you get started in that?
I'm not like a journalist. I'm a creator.
Okay.
I know how to do a lot of research and get a lot of information that people may not be able to, but I know how to do that. But I have writers. And, sometimes there's a fee for everything. I'm all about independent artists, right? So I give them the best price ever. But they have to do the work. They have to send me the bio written. I'm not going to write it for them. So that limits time.
Yeah.
For the price you're paying, this is what you're going to get. Now, if you want me to do everything with the interview and have my celebrity publicist write and interview you, then you're going to have to pay the money. So I try to make it easy for everyone.
How's that been going for you?
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. So you work with PR, like, you have a team and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do.
Who do you work with there? Is it a company? Like, what's that about?
No, I have a friend.
Okay.
A longtime friend. She's a publicist. She does celebrities, and she's like, whatever you need, whenever you want, just call me.
Okay,
she is one of my writers. She gets me the celebrities in the magazine.
That is so dope. All right, cool. Talk about networking and how important that is. Because I see, I met you at the Cypher City rap battle. You already know $1,000. It was lit up in the spot. That shit was crazy. Shit popped off. People had to leave for 45. Then they came back. Judges were missing. It was crazy. Y'all didn't catch all that. Y'all lucky I didn't, we wasn't, it got crazy. I don't even want to, I hope I don't know if you saw the video. I hope I did it justice. I try to make it about the art. You feel me? But that it was real up in the field in there. It was really great experience. That's why I met you. You were actually in the video. You know what I mean? We give you, you were in the video with a little interview on that as well. But I want you to discuss that a little bit.
Listen, I was scared. I was scared to be there.
Yeah.
Because battle rap.
You never came back, right? After the beef?
No.
You were one of those.
We left. My Showtime TV was with me. He was one of the judges, and he was like, "We out." So we was out.
They booked it. You didn't man. You didn't man the positions, man. Damn, yo. It's all right. I forgive you.
It was cool. At first, it was cool. It was exciting. But it gets really ugly and really intense, and I feel like somebody's gonna fight, and
Well, it's a wrap. But not for nothing, I got to give those men in there and those ladies and, all the other pronouns that were in the room. I got to give them some love for that because they did a moment of silence. They did a moment of silence in the room. You know what I mean? For the gentleman whose grandmother had passed away. And, things got back to order. We had a great battle and everything finished up lovely. So, you know what I mean? There's just a little testosterone, baby, There's no little toxic masculinity. Don't be scared, Don't be scared of that toxic masculinity.
funny.
You're going to end up with toxic estrogen, so I don't know if you want that. That could be worse, but
I connected with a lot of the battle rappers there, and they
Yeah.
been reaching out to me and stuff like that.
that's what's up. All
Yeah.
right, cool. So, okay. Now, like how important is networking to you in your whole life, in your whole career?
I love networking.
Yeah.
I'm not really like a people person, but
Yeah.
I love to network. When I go out, it has to be beneficial for me. I need to know that I'm gonna benefit from it. I'm gonna go meet people, and we're gonna, work.
Anybody calls you selfish for doing that?
Selfish?
Yeah.
I'm not selfish. I'm learning to be selfish now.
Okay. That's interesting.
I'm learning now.
It's a good
'Cause
trait.
I don't know
enjoy
how to
it.
be selfish.
I enjoy being selfish.
Really? I'm learning
I produce
now.
the best when I'm selfish.
Really? I'm learning that now, and I have to, but otherwise you get used and abused.
Now you also work now, what's happening now in New York, that's the radio show situation, correct, as well as the magazine?
Yeah.
And you work with a DJ, right?
I have a DJ. I
Yeah,
have
so it's a co-host. Okay,
Yes.
so how's that relationship?
Shout out to Melvin A. Taylor, my co-host. Shout out to GA Frank Wizzy. Melvin been with me since day one.
Okay, he's a day one.
Right.
All
He every time I come when I have an idea, I say, listen, I have this idea, blah blah blah. He like, stop talking about it and just make it happen. I said, okay, I'm gonna make it happen. And I reached out to the owner and gave a proposal, and 5 years later he went
And
on
what's the radio station again?
DTF radio.
DTF radio. So
Mhm.
okay, so DTF
I'm
radio.
on each and every Sunday from 1 to 2. So magazine is what's happening now. New York Magazine affiliated now with the radio show together. So when people come to my show, they getting 2 for 1 because automatically you be in the magazine.
Oh, really?
Right.
So I should be expected to be in the magazine as well.
That's if you pay, right?
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, look, I totally understand. I'm not one to talk. Hey, let me know what it costs.
we
You know what I'm saying?
We can make something
Talk
happen.
to
Don't
me.
worry.
I didn't know. I thought it was automatic. Okay, so all right. So that's if you pay.
I offer up those packages.
Oh, okay, so that's the add-on for after you come on the show.
Yes.
All right. Hey, I respect the hustle. Who am I to say anything? You know what I mean? I respect it. No, it's a grand idea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the business side, when did that start matriculating for you?
The magazine or the
Well, overall, like in terms of like the magazine and the services you're offering, things of that nature that you're doing right now.
So 2009, around there, being that I was out, I used to be in the clubs all the time promoting my brand. And I met people in the industry that they were like, oh, you're a promoter? I need you to promote for my artist. And I was like, I'm not a promoter. I'm just in the clubs all the time. People know me. But anyway, I started doing that. Somehow I just got caught in the urban industry. And I started managing some artists.
They sucked you in, huh?
Yes. I was dragging there. But
they're not getting me. I'll dibble and dabble. But
I started doing that. And I've been doing that since. And then I met this person, and he was doing a magazine out in Orlando. And they're like, yo, you'd be perfect to do the New York market for us out here. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, because you out in the street every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's try it. So I started doing the magazine. I was the, the editor. So I created the New York market for them.
Beautiful.
And it was called Flyer Promo. And they were in Orlando, Atlanta. I created the New York market for them. They were in Cincinnati, like they're all over. And I did that, and people were like, yo, I was charging $400 for one page, and the magazine was this small.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just rolling. I was making the money for them. And then my people in the industry, they were like, why are you making the money for other people? You should make it for yourself. And that's when my magazine started happening.
That's a great story. You say you went to NYU, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I went to BMCC. I didn't graduate from there. Then I went to NYU. Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. So did you learn anything, from those institutions? Because you went to a private university in New York and a public university in New York. You know what I mean? That's quite the paradox. If you know.
Listen, the business part of me, that's from my father. It's in my blood already.
Okay.
I went to BMCC. I did business. Liberal arts, I was doing a little bit of that too. And then NYU was a whole different, I went into the dental. So I did that for 2 years.
That's awesome. And then you ended up in this beautiful world that
And
you're
then
in
I
right
ended up,
now.
yeah. I still do dental. I've been there forever. And then, my magazine, blog, I started off doing blog talk radio.
Yeah.
And then the magazine, and I love my magazine. I'm forever gonna do it.
That's amazing. Like to go and it's like what put the bug in your ear to do that?
You know why I love the magazine? Because I was introduced to the magazine by the people in Orlando. And I didn't realize how much these artists needed this platform. I love to create. So whenever I created something, the face expression and how they felt is priceless. Like, I'm like, wow, I could do that for you? Like, I made you feel that way? And that's what got me into it, the passion of how everyone reacts to it. I love it. I love to create. I love to make people feel good.
You made people feel real good with that love is love situation.
Love is love.
You also are a fantastic screenplay writer.
Thank
Where did
you.
you learn that on your own as well?
Oh my God. I'm a self-learner. I learned
Okay.
everything by myself. But I went to Brick Media.
Okay.
And I learned a lot of things from there. I got certified community producer to be a producer. I learned from there. I went to, I have a few friends that are producer and they worked on film and they allowed me to be behind the scenes. So I learned the do's and don'ts. A lot. It's a lot.
With the do's and don'ts of writing or
Everything.
Of everything.
Yes.
So I guess you were like a production assistant on staff, or you was just there lingering? What was that about?
No, they wrote a part for me. I was an actress in
Oh,
their
word?
film.
Oh, I bet.
And they actually gave me a part of a reporter.
Okay.
Because they thought it would be easy for me since I already do radio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, people don't know is that I hate the camera.
Okay.
I do not like camera on me for nothing.
Sorry.
So, yeah. So, so I did the part. I did it. But that was a great experience. And but that's not for me. I love to create. Like I said, I like to be behind the scenes. I like to, give everyone the forefront and make everyone look good. But my writing, I take a long time to write. So for me to write like a paragraph, it takes me weeks and weeks because I read it over and over and over and over again. So with my film, I told one of the producers, listen, this is my idea. I woke up with it because I did. Once again, God talks to me. I don't know if people they have that connection with God or, spiritual. I am.
No, we're very spiritual here. One of our sponsors is a spiritual healer. So, you know what I mean? And by the way, let's shout them out real quick. OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world. AttitudeOn10.com, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. And that's our spiritual healer here who helps us with all we need to know about crystals. And we got BJS Photography. Get that photo shoot, baby. Get that photo shoot. But yes, no, spirituality is important. And that's what's been helping you thrive.
Yes. So every time I get a vision, I have to complete it because those are my missions. Those are my blessings. So when I get a vision, I have to complete it. So my vision one day was I woke up, I knew the name of my film, I knew where I wanted to film, I knew my actors. So I went and I got them. And so when I told him about it, he was like, oh my God, that sounds really good. I said, yeah, I got to make it happen. So I told him the whole story, the whole beginning and middle, ending. He's like, wow, because I have a twist to it. He's like, oh my God, that's great. Like, wow. Yeah, I want to be a part of it. So then a couple days later, he calls me. He goes, I started writing your film. I said, you started writing my film? Like, at first I was upset. Like, how are you writing my film? I want to write my film. He's like, no, I'm just helping you. Everything you said is on paper and you're going to see. So we met up. I read everything I told him.
He wrote the whole film.
He wrote
most of it.
Yes.
All right.
And I was like, wow. And at first I was like, but what does that mean? This is your film now? Because I'm new to this. He's like, no, this is your film. I'm just helping you write it. And I'm like, okay. So I looked over. He changed a few things. I was like, nah, that's not my story. So I had to change it back to what I thought. So I added. I took some stuff out, and that's how it became. I gave him his credit for writing, and because of him, he actually made it more easier for me. He made it that much easier for me because he did help write it. So he's my co-writer.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You know, I've never written with someone. What's that process like?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Because you sit down and you talk about it and you're both creating and you come up with this great, project and you're writing and he's writing and you writing and you put it together. It's amazing.
How long did that take to finish? Shooting it and everything from the writing process to the finishing of the product and the release. How long was that?
Well, the writing process was a couple weeks. And this was through the pandemic time. So it took me 2.5 years to finish my film.
Okay.
So we did a lot of Zoom rehearsals and stuff like that. And
you did the table reading via Zoom and all that?
Yeah.
That's super dope. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, cool.
It was a lot of work, man, but we did it.
No, I mean, I tell people, man, like you want to shoot a movie now that's something that you really gonna you need permits, you need budget for food, you need to pay your actors. It's no joke.
Right. So the permit is when you're doing big production. Mm-hmm. So luckily that I have a lot of resources and I have a lot of good friends that own certain venues and stuff, and I got it for free. They were like, yeah, because I was promoting their venue.
Venues.
Yes.
Yeah,
so it works for everyone. I use my friend's house. I use my other friend's house for a scene, the bathroom, outside the salon that I go to. They allow me to do a scene there. So it was good.
That's absolutely amazing.
It was good.
Wow.
But through the pandemic time, it was a little rough because, no one really wanted to come out. And then one of them was sick. I got sick too. Then the director got sick too. So it was crazy. But we made it happen.
No, you did make it happen. And, the acting was good. The writing was incredible.
Thank you.
I'm like, yo, this is dope. I mean, you motivate me because that's really one of the things that I want to do in my life is make films, make documentaries, make a musical. Like I want to do all those things in my life. No, I'm doing them. They're written actually. It's just about, the budget to get them done, but done how I want to get it done. You know what I mean? I'm big on production. I can't have, if I don't have the equipment I need to pull off the ideas that I have, then I just rather wait. You know what I'm saying? And I leave it in God's hands. However, I really respected that, man. Like that was a really good film, hilarious, great writing, and you guys did it up, man. I can't believe it, man.
Thank you. I wanted more detail with the ladies, but I couldn't because the pandemic, nobody wanted to get clothes and stuff like that. So I kept it clean.
Yeah.
I kept it really
clean. You did a good job.
Thank you.
You did a good job. Sometimes you don't need to get too crazy to prove that point.
Yeah. I feel that for the first time I did a great job. Like I did. I'm pat myself in the back. I think the production was pretty good for the first one. Shout out to Alex Hugo, which he's doing a lot of great other film with other people. He's great. He worked with me from day one. And once we finished the project, I was so happy. And I sent it out to the film festival, Catra Latin Festival, and we won. We won Audience Choice Award.
That's dope. Yeah. Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's what's up. I'm gonna put an applause on me.
And I won. They have I think it's called final draft, where you write everything and they set everything up for you, the format and everything. So I won a year of that, and I won a production where I have all the equipment that's worth over $40,000. They allow me to use it for 7 days.
Really?
Yes. And my year is almost up because I have 1 year, so it'll be up in June. I gotta make it happen.
Oh, you gotta make that happen.
Yes.
Oh, well,
So
we'll talk. Maybe I can buy that final 2 months off your hands.
I'm telling you.
Let's see what you want to do with it first, because you wake up with ideas. So
you
might wake up tomorrow with the idea for the whole entire situation.
Listen.
Let me know. That's interesting stuff. That's super dope, man. Wow. Well, congratulations. That's it's not easy to pull off a film. I tell people that all the time. I'm in the process of that myself right now. Shooting a trailer for a film and shooting a documentary for the film that we want to shoot. So It's to try to get money for the film. So it's not an easy task. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of moving parts to work in synchronicity with one another. So the fact that you were able to pull that off, it's fantastic.
It's
Real
really
talk.
it's really tough, like you said, when you don't have no one helping you with financial, situation. But
Mm-hmm.
I work 2 or 3 jobs when I need to, and I did this all by myself, out of my pocket. I didn't know I had to
Where can
have
we
a budget.
let the people know where they can find the film real quick?
Right now it's on YouTube, but it's private. So you have to reach out to me if you want to see it. So you reach out to me on SunnyDew, SUNYDEW on my
Pay that
IG.
entrance fee, $750. I don't know what she's charging, but you ain't getting that for free. That's
No,
unlisted. You already know what it is.
Actually, I have not put it out because I have to think where I want it.
Okay.
I did get an offer for a distribution deal for this platform in UK and some other platform, but I'm not familiar with the agreement that they sent me. So I kind of like stay away from it. I didn't really feel it. So I'm like, I don't think I'm
You
going
gotta
that
go with your
route.
intuition.
Yeah.
So you were discussing before. I'm sorry, before I cut you off, you were saying something.
So the budget. So
Yeah.
it gets expensive because after a while you got to pay for the food, for them to eat, especially if you're not paying the actors. And they were there for me from day one. They really wanted to make it happen for me. They didn't care about the money. They didn't. I was blessed with that. But I like to give, so I made sure they were eating. If they needed to get there, they didn't have money, I was paying for that. I was paying for the gas, so everything. It's a lot of work, but I didn't want to give it up. This is something that I need to make happen. So that's when I started getting my shirts. That's this Love is Love on it. And I started selling shirts.
Dope. You see, people, when you want something, you gotta do the extra stuff to go
Yes.
get it.
Yes.
Now, I want to discuss something because, you're doing the Latin podcast now. What do you think about the Latin wave now in the Grammys, the main stage of the Grammys? What did you think about Album of the Year? Did you feel Bad Bunny got jerked? What's your thoughts on the Grammy situation?
So with the Grammy situation, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I
But
didn't.
you didn't need to watch it. You heard about all the bochincha. I'm pretty sure the gossip. Nah.
No.
All right.
I thought Bad Bunny won though.
No, he won the category he would always be nominated for. So the big deal was that year, right? That Bad Bunny was nominated for Album of the Year.
Mhm.
And because Bad Bunny was nominated for Album of the Year, that genre of music now goes from being like a side talk to going on the Grammys main stage, where now they're showing it on CBS, which was the first time Música Urbana album has ever been shown on CBS main stage.
Nice.
That was the big deal. But a lot of people were upset that Bad Bunny didn't win because it was a global album with a lot of great production, a lot of great lyricism, and people were learning Spanish with the album, and they gave it to Harry Styles.
Why do you think that he didn't win? Do you think because he
I don't,
kissed the guy?
Honestly, I'm upset at the Grammys. I usually not upset at the Grammys. I'm upset Bad Bunny didn't win. You know what I mean? I usually go hard for the Grammys. I think that they do a good job of picking the albums that really have like the best overall art. That's the best overall art piece of that year. I think they dropped the ball this year. And my thing is, to give it to Harry Styles, he wasn't even in the top 4, in my opinion. Like, you could have given it to Lizzo, could have given it to Adele. Like, they were all those artists didn't do anything revolutionary compared to Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are speaking Spanish because of this guy. People are looking up Spanish. Like, it's like, did you not give it to him just because it's a Spanish album? Then why would you nominate him? You feel me? It's
right.
It's like insane. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You know. Yeah. Now go ahead.
Do you think because they put it on CBS, they wanted to keep it more not Latin? You know what I mean?
Nah, you know what? My thing is this, right? All these legacy medias and they're competing with the new media, right? They have to do what they have to do to get ratings. Whatever that means, I'm not in those boardrooms. Whatever they feel is best for them, they do. I felt it would have been great for them to give it. The thing is, he earned it. It's all about the fact that the merit situation. I don't know that, they felt giving it to Harry Styles was the best bet, but I'm like, I don't know, as
Mhm.
an overall piece of art, I don't,
Mhm.
I like one of his songs, but I'm not like, you know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
I'm not even being biased because of culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if Harry Styles had a better album, I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna keep it 100 with
Right.
you. Harry Styles' album was better.
Right.
But
Right.
it just wasn't. You know what I
Right.
mean? If you're
Right.
talking about instrumentation, you're talking about
Mhm.
different types of genres within
Mhm.
one album and a seamless piece of
Mhm.
artwork throughout the whole, however many songs Bad Bunny had on there.
Right.
The actual lyricism and the meaning behind the content.
Right.
The cultural importance of the album to the universe, not just Latino American culture. That's the thing. It was the universe. So
Right.
it's like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I don't hear people from, different parts of the world listening to this Harry Styles album, but they
Right.
are listening to Bad Bunny. So
That,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So that was my
Mhm.
issue with that situation,
Mhm.
So it is what it is. There you go, folks. My Bad Bunny take. I'm sure everybody's been waiting for it, and there it is. Now, everyone, by the way, this podcast is sponsored by OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world. Attitude on 10, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. And BJS Photography. Go get those photos. Now, we are about to play 5 words with Angel.
Okay. 5 words.
Now, Lourdes, on 5 words with Angel, I'm going to give you a word, a phrase, or a question. You're going to give me the first word that comes to your head. Are you ready? All right. The first word is Cypher City TV in the Battle on the Beat. What comes to your head?
Raw.
Raw. Great adjective to describe the situation. The next word is coffee. What do you think about coffee?
Right. Comfort.
Comfort. I love it. The next word is journalism. What do you think about when you think about journalism?
Research.
I love it. That's true. The next one is a phrase. Love is love. What do you think about when you think about love is love?
Love is love. Is what I could say. Love is love. Like, I love.
Now, and the next one is Café con Lourdes. What do you think about when you think about Café con Lourdes?
Magical.
Magical, whimsical, phenomenal.
Right.
Go catch that podcast when it drops. Now, Lourdes, before we end the podcast, would you give a message to the people out there, trying to get into this media business and this media world? Some words of advice, some wisdom.
Just don't give up. If it's just something you want to do, just go after it and just make it happen. A lot of people may say different things to you. You may be discouraged, but if that's what you want to do, just do it. Do what you want to do.
Win or lose, ain't no regrets in the ghetto.
Right.
I sold it all from
Right.
crack to opium in third person. I don't know. I'm getting lost over here too. Now, Lourdes, where can we find you, baby? Where can we find you on the podcast platforms before we end the podcast?
With what?
On the podcast, or where can we find you on the
Café
on
con
the
Lourdes?
no, but everywhere, like in terms of like social medias and things like that. Where can we
Okay,
find
so
you?
Sunydew, SUNYDW 1N on Instagram, and all my links are there. So you'll find the What's Happening Now New York magazine, you'll find the radio show, you'll find the film, and you find the Café con Lourdes there too. Everything is in Sunydew.
Absolutely beautiful.
And then if you go on Facebook, it's Lourdes Bigio.
You got a lot of them. You're doing a lot of work.
I'm
That was
trying.
Lourdes doing work here on the Angel of Words
Listen,
podcast.
I love to create. If I'm feeling sad, I'm creating. If I'm going through some hurt, I'm creating. So I put everything to work. That's just me of healing.
That's your way to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? If you need to heal, attitude on 10, baby. You don't got to plug the sponsors all day, every day. Everyone, that was Lourdes dropping the knowledge. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. Don't forget, the training videos are coming out. Follow me at AOWENT.com and at Angel of Words ENT on all podcast platforms. Tap the notification bell. That doesn't exist anymore. Just tap the subscribe button and follow us on all podcast platforms. Don't forget that the training videos are coming out AOWENT.com. Stay tuned for that. You know, if you need, we have the affiliate links below. If you need to know what to purchase to start your own podcast as well. I forgot to mention that in the beginning, but definitely, you know, go into the description below and you'll find, you know, some great tools in order to start your own podcast. And, you know, shout out to the sponsors, OTW Threads, AttitudeOn10.com, BJS Photography. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Te quiero, Puerto Rico. Santa Isabel.
Ponte.
There you go. Ponte in the building.